Well, Happy New Year, Dr. King.
Hey, happy New Year. New Year, sis. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. How about
Awesome.
yourself?
It is. Look, I'm just happy to be here. God is so good. So I'm so thankful. So thankful.
See,
Yes.
that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at.
Yes.
I'm thankful.
Yes.
I'm thankful. So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
excited about what the conversation that's going to take place on today. I'm really, really excited about it.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're gonna look,
Family. Hey, thank you.
we want to bring in the new year talking about love because we know so many people just feel like they are so unqualified for love.
Mhm.
And I wholeheartedly believe that in order for you to truly have true peace and joy, and all of those good things that God wants us to have, you have to truly understand that you are qualified. You know,
Yes. Qualify for
like
love.
you're not in a Yes, and if you feel like you're not in a place of being qualified, we want to dive into how you can get there
Mm,
because we want this year to be a prosperous year for you in all areas of life, but it starts with you. It starts
yes.
with you. So
Yes,
are
yes,
you
yes.
ready to
Hey,
in?
sis, I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to dive in. It's some good.
Good.
Listen, I'm telling you, this conversation here, this is about self confidence. This is about self worth. This is about self value. This is about falling in love with yourself. And I mean, because a lot of times we
Exactly.
want people to fall in love with us, but you don't even love yourself. So I think we're gonna
Wow.
unwrap some layers of why it may be difficult for us to feel like we deserve to be loved or that we'll qualify for love because it starts with us before it ends with anyone else. It starts with us.
Exactly, exactly. And so many people, like you'll hear people even make the statement, I don't deserve love.
Yes.
Like that is like a huge no that you don't want that to come out because that
Hmm.
is such a lie from the enemy that you
Hmm.
don't deserve love for whatever reason, it may be like how low of a state are you in? Have you allowed the enemy to place you in for you to say that
We even
yourself
say
that
that.
you
We
love?
even say that. And that's a big thing. And let me preface this by saying, listen, family, if you hear some music behind you, I am near the Great Bethune-Cookman University and the band is out there putting it down. So if you hear that's my HBCU because you cannot say HBCU without saying BCU. So that's my HBCU just in case. But sis, let me tell you something. That's one of the biggest things. A question that I always say is, who told you that? When you say that you
Wow.
don't deserve love, the question is who told you that? And that's something that you had to tell yourself. And in order to tell
Mhm.
yourself that, you had to believe a lie. And that's whether you believe the
Wow.
lie because of the way somebody treated you or you believe the lie because of what somebody told you. So you had to believe that lie. And then what happens is that lie it becomes your burden because now you have to carry that lie. You have to empower in order for it to be true. If you say, I don't deserve love, in order for it to be true, you have to empower it. And that's the issue that we
Mm.
oftentimes run into. We empower these thoughts that are negative. We empower these thoughts that are toxic. We empower these thoughts that are lies. And we walk around like it's truth. You deserve love. You're qualified for it. Don't let anybody make you. Don't let your past. Don't let rejection. Don't let someone's hate. Don't let that make you feel. Don't allow that to make you feel like you do not deserve to be loved.
Yeah. And when you were saying that, it's like, where had that false identity come from? Because
Mhm.
really, that's what it is. Like, you have to have picked that false identity up somewhere.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's within.
Mhm.
Like, you've spoken out negativity so much until you have created this false narrative, this false identity, this false way of living because you've spoken it out in the atmosphere. And now you're living this life that's really a lie because I'm going to say, I don't even think this was the part I wanted to say in this. If we were not deserving of love, then it would have been no need for Christ to come.
While we were yet sinners.
Like, yes, like, and he knew that, but yet he said, I'm going to come, I'm going to restore, and we're a part of the system of things that he needed to restore. I'm going to restore, I'm coming to restore some things. So that's why your thought process is not true, because it would have never been a need to come and restore things.
Greater, greater love have no man than this, than a man lay down his life for his
Yeah.
friend. So we have to, I'm telling you, you have to bury, or you have to have a funeral service. Yeah, let's have a funeral, not a homegoing service, but
Wow.
a funeral service for childhood neglect, a funeral service for abandonment, a funeral service for betrayal, a funeral service for abuse, all of those things that make you feel like you're
Wow.
unqualified and you don't deserve to be loved. You need to have a funeral service for them. You need to bury them, never to dig them up again, because you deserve to be.
Yes, yes. Just going through this whole thing, when people don't know that they deserve to be loved, they attach themselves to unhealthy things, relationships, because they don't understand that they can be in something healthy.
Healthy.
Like, as I was thinking about it, I started thinking about, when you're feeling unqualified of love, that means you're not thinking that you're like first place or the
Hmm.
first
Yes.
prize. Like, that means you're thinking you're not the apple of somebody's eye. Like, when you're saying you are unqualified of love, you start to get these relationships of people that are not even for you. Like, they
Mhm.
belong to somebody else, but
Come
because
on
you
now.
feel like you're unqualified, you'll rather be second place, third place, the hidden lover.
Secret
Like,
lovers. Your body is there. Their body is there, but their mind is someplace else. Since you know what happens is too many times, and this is the when you feel unqualified, what happens is you make yourself an option instead of making yourself a priority. You always leave yourself out there
wow.
as an option. Well, they have no, I'm the priority. I'm, you have to know, because a lot of you hear people talk about the bag, the table, whether you're a man or a woman, you need to know you are the bag, you are the table. You got to know who you are,
Right.
but that starts with knowing your worth. And too many times people don't know their worth because you can because of past experiences. Past experiences teach us that, if somebody walked away from me, then I'm not good enough. Past experiences, these past experiences, they begin to teach you these things, but you have to understand, just because you were taught something doesn't mean it's true. Just because you were taught something
Exactly.
doesn't mean it was right. So you got to be careful what you
Wow.
allow your mind to teach you, because your mind will begin to tell you things that, let you say, that are not true, that will leave you feeling like you are undeserving. They'll leave you
Yeah.
feeling like that.
Yeah.
Man, oh,
Look,
this is that
I
unhealthy. Think
don't
about
know.
soul ties. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm talking about we will attach ourselves. It's kind of like, I'm gonna give you this example. And the reason so many people are in relationships and they are drained is because you are not connected to the right person. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you is
Mm,
you need to be connected with God. You need to be in tune with the Holy Spirit. That's the first thing I'm gonna tell you. But the next thing I'm gonna tell you is you need to stop trying to use that old iPhone charger to plug into your Android. And that's what happens. And
wow.
you're trying to figure out, because it's a charger, it got a port. Why isn't it working? It's because they don't connect. And that's what happens is we get mad at God, but God doesn't choose. We choose. Am I right? God doesn't choose. We
You're
choose. So we're not mad at God because of choices that we made. So now it teaches us that we have to make better choices. Okay. So now that you're in that relationship, you got to make better choices about how, not only how you see yourself, but also how you view the one that you're in that relationship with.
Wow. Wow. I'm telling you, because so many people go into the new year making these resolutions, like, this is gonna be my year,
Yes, yes.
like, No more bad relationships. Like I'm going, but if you haven't changed the way you see yourself, if you haven't changed, that self-worth, like
The
taking
way
it
you.
to another level, like shifted your mindset on how you see yourself, guess what? This year is going to be just like last year.
Hmm.
Nothing's going to change.
Is one of my.
So
Oh
it's
yes.
important.
Now, I would say one of my favorite Bible verses says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Before transformation takes place within your body, before transformation takes place within your relationships, before transformation takes place within your environment, the first place transformation has to take is within your mind. It also tells us, as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you're thinking a certain way about yourself, you're going to attach yourself to people who think the same way or feel the same way. So because you think this way about yourself, now you find yourself being attached to somebody who's going to treat you the way you think you are. If you don't know who you are, you attach yourself to someone who will treat you the way you think you are. That's why that mind has to be renewed. Before anybody can treat you the way that you want to be treated, you got to know how you want to be treated. So before anybody
Wow.
can love you deservingly the way you deserve to be loved, you got to practice on yourself. You got to treat yourself. You got to
Yeah.
take care of yourself. You got to honor yourself. You got to respect yourself. That has to happen first.
Yes. And you got to get rid of the shame.
Mm,
Okay, so what? You've had some bad relationships. So what? This is how you was in the past. So what? This is the family you came from. So what?
so
Like
what?
you have to get rid of that and rid yourself of shame of past life decisions and relationships. Like get over it.
Got to get over it.
So
You
so
do. You got to get over it.
yeah.
Because if not, you'll keep,
Yeah.
and this is, which means you have, two, you got to change your, and I hope I'm getting, you got to change your pattern. You got to change your pattern.
Wow.
Because if you keep getting hurt in the same place, if you keep finding them at the club, if you keep finding her at the club, if you keep doing the same thing and you thinking for a different result, why? Because most of us, the reason we fit, a lot of times what happens is we'll give our heart to someone who doesn't want it. We'll give our heart to someone who
Mm,
mistreats it. But
wow.
that person who's going to appreciate it, that person who's going to cultivate it, that person who's going to nurture it, that person who's going to love it, comfort it, and care for it, that's not our type. Bam. I just hit a home run. Off that, that's not
You
my type.
you did.
You looking for a
Look,
type. You should, that'll preach all by itself.
bro, you said a mouthful. Like I just saw something where this lady, somebody asked her, she was an older lady, maybe in her mid 60s, 70s, still looking for love. And they asked her, "So what is your type?" And she made the comment, she said, "I used to have a type, like I would
Uh-huh.
say, tall, dark, and handsome. But I realized my type ain't who's gonna love me back." So she was like, I gotta throw out a type and
Uh-huh.
I got to look, I have to open myself to the person that wants me,
Wants
desires
me.
me, that's gonna love me.
Come on now. You got people who will, I'm talking about, you will stay with somebody who won't even, I think my boy, my boy LL Cool J put it this way: I lay down my jacket so you can walk over a puddle. You will deal with somebody who
Wow.
won't even lay down their jacket so you can walk over a puddle. When you got somebody out there who's, I think the seven said, I climb the highest mountain, swim the widest sea.
Yeah.
Nothing will discourage me. You got, come on. Okay, y'all, let me leave. Let me, but you see what I'm saying, sis?
And
You,
I
you see,
pray that you will be always there for me forever.
that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have we want what we want, but what happens when what you
Yeah.
want don't want you? And God said, I'm trying to give you what you need.
Yeah.
What
Wow.
happens?
Bro,
Sis, what
what
happens if you get
happens
cancer
when
and the
what
breast
you
fall
want?
off? What happens if you get in an accident and your leg get cut off? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I need somebody who's going to be there for me through the thick and the thin.
Man, you said it. I want
Mhm.
somebody who wants me.
I want somebody who want me.
Man, that
You don't
is
want
like,
me. If you
yeah,
always going out, you always got to go and hang out. You always, and I'm not, everybody got the way today, but I'm saying, hey, hold on. I'm here.
man, man. So let's talk about this truth though, because this
Hmm.
is a truth that we can't get away from. Because people try to do all these things of manifesting love to them. I'm gonna all everything else except go to the Bible
Uh-huh. Oh
to
boy.
gain on how we can build up our self-worth, gain answers on what does God say about me, gain answers on what does a true relationship look like. Like, let's talk about the big elephant in the room, because that really is the big elephant in the room, that people talk about self-worth, talk about love, but they try to leave the Bible out. They try to leave the word of God, so they stay stuck. So let's talk about that.
I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest things that I believe happens within relationships and marriages is we get distracted. And what happens is we get distracted because before we're distracted by each other, we become distracted by others. And because we're distracted by others and how
Mm,
their relationships look and how, you know, because we know we got this comparison mentality. We got this comparison. And sometimes we don't want to
yeah.
build, we don't want to wait, we don't want to do any of those things. I'm going somewhere here. We have to, so we get distracted by others. And now we're distracted from each other. Because now I'm trying to compare
Wow.
you to something. I'm trying to compare you to someone's chapter 20 and we only on chapter 2. And so that happens. But I had to
Wow.
say that before I forgot it. But this is the thing that I would tell. I'm going to tell you. Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife, and the cleave unto his wife, and the two shall be one flesh. And what happens is we will bring everybody else into our house. We will bring everybody else into our relationship. We'll bring everybody else into our bedroom. But it's not about everybody else. It's about us. Stop talking about how
Wow.
the Benfords do it. Stop talking about how the Kings do it. How are you
Right.
going to grow together in unity? How are you going to do
Mm,
it? It's about how you, what is the blueprint of the plan for your life? I can give you some ideas, I can give you some suggestions, but you have to use what works for you and not always what works for everybody else, because it doesn't work like that. I think that's one
so,
of the biggest
so
elephants
true.
in the room. We bring too many people into our relationship and can't figure, and then we wonder why there's a storm. We wonder why there's a crisis, always a
Wow.
crisis. We wonder why now we can't get along. You've been over there with your friends, her friends, his friend, whatever, and now you come home and now you're arguing. Why? Because you brought that mentality to your house. You got to be careful who you surround yourself with. Bad company corrupts good communication. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
it'll mess it up,
Yes.
because now you have to be careful.
Yes.
It's so much I can go on and on, sis. Come on, I can go on and on with this.
You know, you said a mouthful, because me and my husband was actually talking about this
Mhm.
the other day. Just, it's about a fit.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
I may not need what another woman needs. My husband may not need what another man needs. That's why you can't compare. It's
You can't
all
compare.
about the fit. Like, you're fitted together. You're joined together. Like, people, they're searching for love, but they don't understand. They're searching for the wrong things instead of
Mhm.
what's the perfect fit.
Things.
Like, because it's that compatibility. Like,
Mhm.
what does the person bring? What do you bring, so that it can be a perfect fit for, the relationship?
So you
So
said bring, and because some people don't want to bring
bring,
anything, but they want
exactly.
everything. They don't want to bring anything, but they want everything. So you got to bring something that fits. You got to bring something that fits.
Mhm.
I'm glad you said that everybody is not the same. So something that someone else might like, that doesn't mean that your wife or your husband may like that. You got to find out what fits. And that
Right.
comes from communication, having those conversations, finding out that you got to get out everybody else's face and stay in their face. Yeah, that'll hit you when we get off by the time he said, get in your spot, get in their
Man,
face and get out. Yeah, get out everybody else's
man,
face.
look,
Yeah.
that
I'm talking about, man,
that
so you got
right
to find
there.
somebody who desire you. Listen, you have to find somebody who desire you. Listen to me. Let me tell you. I can tell you a truth, sis. Since we telling the truth, we talking about the truth. Can I tell
Yes,
you a
tell
truth?
me the truth.
When me
Yes.
and my wife got married, I don't look the same. But she remind me constantly that I still got it going on. Woo. Come on now. Come on
That's
now.
right.
Come on now.
That's right.
You check,
So
come on
true.
now. I got something. I'm working. I go when I leave here, I'm going to the gym. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But guess what? She still desires me. and I still desire her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we run, so we gotta distinguish the difference between love and lust. That's a whole nother conversation.
You too.
That's a whole nother
You
conversation.
too.
Yeah, but we do.
Because,
We have this, yeah,
bro, but that is the truth because so many people are coming into relationships on the lust side.
on the
And
lust
then
side.
they're wondering why the love relationship is not working or why
Hmm.
it's not lasting. But if you're coming into it on the lust side, then that's the issue
So
because
how you started,
still
how it's
that
gonna
means
end.
you don't need.
Told the young lady that said how you start, that's gonna determine how you finish.
Yeah,
So if you
yeah,
came in on this
yeah.
side, when you're ready, because what happens is we'll come in on this side. I'm gonna use the example you're talking about, that left side. We will come in on the left side, but all of a sudden, I don't want to go to the club no more. I don't wanna
Right.
I don't want to smoke no more. I don't want to drink. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but this is how we met. But no, I want more for us. I want us to have a family. I want us, but this is, we, man, I can tell you, man, we came in there talking about plans. Well, what do you have? We were talking about plans before. We were talking about, what do you want? What's your desire? What do you see yourself in 10
Yeah,
years? Because we
yeah.
understood that this partnership, see, I'm telling you now, see, I'm telling you, y'all just look for companionship, but this is a partnership. This is a partnership. And this partnership is building a corporation. We
Say
building a
what you
corporation.
want, but that's what
Yeah.
I teach my children.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. This is corporate. Yeah, hey, we building something here, and so
Mhm.
you looking for someone to have companionship with when you need some. Hey, companionship, you need that, but you also need to make sure that they're going to make a big good business partner.
Yes.
Come
Right.
on,
It is a
It's
partnership.
a
And I
partnership.
that is the biggest issue that I think people have with relationships
Ships.
because they don't understand that that is a partnership. Like, come
I just want,
on.
I just
It
want
ain't
some
about just
companionship.
yeah, look, no, what we building together. What has
You
the
can
Lord
listen.
called us to do so we
We
can
telling the truth
build?
tonight. You get companionship from anywhere.
Right.
You get companionship anywhere. But everybody's not going to make you a great partner.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me give it to you this way. When you look in the legal field, you could work in a law office for a long, that doesn't mean they're gonna make you a partner. There has to be something
Right.
significant about you. And that's the issue. We keep on taking relationships and trying to make them partnerships when they never okay, Kaylee, we gotta move because we you open the door to something totally.
Oh, somebody
You trying to
needs
make everybody a partner. Every time you meet somebody, you trying to make them a partner. No, everybody's not supposed to be your partner.
no, no. And you wondering why the deals keep falling through. You wonder why.
Because that's why the deals don't come through. You keep on losing the
Mm.
case because you're trying to make the wrong people partners. Come on, family. Come on,
Man,
family.
you when you talking about building a partnership, you got to step back and reassess the
Ooh.
ins and out of a thing. So
We
when
talking
you're
about some
talking
stuff
about
here.
a relationship with a person, that takes time. I just said this to my oldest. That takes time. That ain't no one
No,
month. No,
nope.
I need to see you in different situations, different
How are
scenarios.
you gonna
I need
respond?
to see you at your high, at your low. I need
Low.
to see you around
How
your
are you gonna
family.
respond?
I need to see so many things. Like, and that takes time.
Yes.
It takes time.
It takes time. That was a great point. I'm glad we discussed that. I'm glad we dived into that. That was very important.
Yeah. One of the biggest things, that is heartbreaking to me when I see people trying to navigate in relationships is they don't even know what healthy love is.
Wow.
They have been so prone, so familiar with unhealthy love because maybe how they were brought up or
Mm.
just past relationships until it's almost like when somebody presents themselves to be able
Oh.
to offer them healthy love, a healthy relationship, it's like they're blind. They don't even see that it's right in front of them and they miss out. Like, I
Mm.
tell young women the time, like they will look at a guy, look at the package, and because the outer package is not what they deem it to be, he can be offering everything else. He has all the traits. Like you can see, man, if the right woman get with him, oh my God, he's gonna be just awesome, just great
Amazing,
partner,
amazing.
just great father, but they just see the now and the outer package, and they don't see that this is somebody that they can have that healthy loving relationship with. It just drives me insane.
Well, because what happens is, and you just said it, and this was the same thing that God had to get the prophet Samuel to understand. Man looks at the outward appearance, but I look at the heart. And the reason we fail so many times in our relationships is because we're too busy looking at the outer and not the inner. God gave us a description. He told us what to look for. He told us what to look for, but we still choose. And here's the thing. I don't know if you remember this, if you remember this, but there was a commercial, and it was trying to get everybody to drink milk. And it was like, and I'm drinking milk. They used to have the commercial. They would be this little scrawny guy. And the next thing you know, they talk about drinking milk. And I'm drinking milk. And next thing you know, they're this big buff, built guy. And I always use that example because what happens is you catch somebody in their beginning phase and you don't and you
Mm,
judge them based on where they are and not where they're going. You
yeah.
base them on their starting point, but not their finish. And you miss it because you're looking at where they are and you're too blind to see where they're going. You're too blind to see that you
Wow.
have the potential to empower them to become better than what they are. That's your role, that's your gift. But we're so busy looking at that outward appearance. We're infatuated with that outward appearance. We fall and we fail to that outward appearance to the point that we're willing to show everyone where our strength lies. Y'all will get that when y'all get home too. You'll let everybody know where your strength lies because you keep falling for that outward appearance. And before you know it, everything you had that you thought going on, you've lost it. And it takes a while to get it back. Y'all better read y'all Bible. It takes a while to get it back.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but it goes back to, bro, with just the world too. The world rejects a loving father, but they will accept a father of lies.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh my God.
so it's not, I mean, so you kind of understand why the world is in, why so many people don't know their self-worth,
Mm-hmm.
because they're rejecting the father who is love.
Mm-hmm.
You can't reject the Father who is love and think that you're going to be able to love yourself, have that self worth, be able to receive love, give love. You can't do it when you're rejecting the one that is love,
I just
you
saw
know?
that was so powerful right there because you really have to build something. You really have to, if somebody is trying to love you, wants to love you, keep showing you how much they love you, in order not to love them, you have to really build a wall. You got to really build some
Mm,
build a barrier. You really got to build a bridge. You have to put some obstacles between y'all to ensure that they never get to you. I'm expressing my love. I'm showing my love. I'm doing everything I can for you to know that I love you, but you're still rejecting my love. And you have to figure out why. You have to come to the conclusion of why. Because what happens is, and some people will say, well, I'm just having fun. A lot of people have said, I'm
right.
just having fun, and there's consequences to them just having fun. You have to figure out your
Wow.
why. Why am I rejecting this love? Why am I rejecting this? Society makes it popular to not find love because society
Wow.
will
Wow.
publicize so and so found love and 3 months later they're not together anymore. I don't know if you've ever seen on
Wow.
social media where they show a specific celebrity and they'll talk about their relationships from 2000 to 2020, and sometimes you'll see where they dated three, four, five people in the same year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But oh, they really love. And then after, because it's like getting a new outfit. You get excited. You know what I'm saying? It's
Wow.
like we treat our relationships like a new outfit. You get excited once you get it. You want to wear it. You want to show it to everybody. You want everybody to see you. You want everybody to compliment you. Nobody notices me anymore. Time to get another outfit.
Wow. Wow.
So we
Bro, people switch it out.
Switch,
And
yeah,
men and women
women,
like
yeah,
outfits.
their outfits.
Wow.
When it's kind of like, yeah, it is kind of like you sit here and it's just like, I mean, you could tell, you could convince yourself that that's fun. You could try and convince yourself that. But if you've ever experienced heartbreak, if you've ever experienced disappointment, if you've ever experienced rejection, to have that happening to you two, three times a year,
Mm,
once every cup, that's a lot. That's a lot of weight to
that's a
carry.
lot.
And that leaves an impression on you, and whether you want to admit it or not, it gives you and it starts to make you feel a certain way because you're trying to figure out,
Yeah.
do I deserve love?
Yeah.
Especially
Messing
if
with
you,
your psyche.
yeah, especially if the people around you have found love. And listen to me. If
Wow.
you're my age, I'm gonna just say it that way. If you're my age and you haven't found love and you don't know that you're deserving of love, let me say it this way. If you're my age and everybody around you has not found love, you around the wrong people.
Wow.
Especially if you want to find love.
Wow.
You are around the wrong people. You gotta, hey, be willing to disconnect yourself. But we
Mm,
family, and but we made mud pies together in pre-K, and we went to college
yeah.
together, and we played football together, and you got to be willing to disconnect yourself. If you're trying to find the love that you deserve, and you're surrounding yourself with people who haven't found love, guess what's going to happen when you think you found them? They're gonna sabotage it. So I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you move forward. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let you move forward. I always give this example. You're gonna be able to relate to this. People who listening, you're gonna be able to relate to this. Of a young man who likes a girl. She likes him, but she's around her friends. And he approaches her. He maybe wants to invite her to a dance, ask her out, give her a Valentine card, or in our day, slide her a note. How she responds is going to be predicated upon her friends.
Mm,
If her
mm.
friends act like he ain't worth it, 9 times out of 10, she's going to act the same way.
Wow.
So I'm trying to show you something here. Misery love company.
Wow.
If they're not happy, what makes you think you're going to be happy? Well, you always with him. Y'all always doing something together. What, man? Come on, bruh. Man, let that girl breathe. Come on. They gonna do everything they can. And you sit here looking, no, you're trying to pull me away. You don't have to be harsh with it. Some people don't even understand they're doing it. So you got to
Right.
be careful who you surround yourself with.
You do. You really, really do. And as you were thinking about that, I was just thinking, because I'm 45 years old, and
You're not
I'm
old.
like just thinking how
You say
some people have
25. You said 25?
45, 45. Some people have never experienced true love. Like, it's people like walking around my age and older, bro, who don't even know what healthy love
Well, healthy
is.
love is.
Like, they've never ever experienced that.
No.
Like, man,
And it's my
that
it's scary. It's scary to know. It's scary to know. I tell people all the time, I enjoy being married. I love being married. But I think the thing is, the reason people don't is because nobody wants conflict.
yeah,
Because you can't conquer what you won't confront. And sometimes in marriage, you're
yeah.
two different people, and there's going to be conflict, but there has to be a
Mhm.
confrontation. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about in a healthy way. There has to be a
Yeah,
confrontation. So because conflict is supposed to bring about what? Resolution. Conflict,
right.
resolution. But how can you come to
Yeah,
a resolution if you never confront the conflict? And so people have
yeah,
learned the best thing for me to do is run, don't say anything, or just wait for it to end. And this because we think, yes, in healthy relationships we have conflict, but we
right,
understand the
right.
importance of
And
resolving
you
them.
said marriage, bro, but that should even be in your courting stage, in
Yes,
your when you're learning each other. Like, it should be some conflict resolution.
solution.
Like,
Say,
because you
yo,
have to really see, like, is this my partner? Is this my person? Like, how do we resolve issues? Those are things that you should be experiencing in your dating stage of things.
And even in your relationships, that's how you're going to know if they're a real friend. Can they
Yeah.
handle conflict? I remember, I coached when coaching high school, and my friend, Corey, Coach Moore, he was coaching the running backs. I coached the linebackers, and we'd be going at it. And one day in practice, it got heated. And it got so heated to the point that we were talking trash to each other. It got that heated.
Wow.
And the coaches knew we were best friends. And they were like, oh my God, do we have to step in? Do we have to? Because they're going at each other. Like they're about to. And so practice is over. And we got some time in between. They say, we're going to come back and meet at such and such time. And so I say to him, hey man, where you going to eat? Oh man, I think about going to such and such and such. You want to ride? And it's like, yeah. So we leave. We leave. We come back to the meet and they like, hold on, man. Y'all were out there like y'all were about to fight, just arguing and going. And then when we finished practice, y'all like going to eat together, talking, laughing, like nothing even happened. I say because we're friends. You know what I'm saying? We're compassionate and we're competitive, but we're never going to let any of that get between our friendship. And if it does, if some type of thing,
Wow.
we're going to talk about it and we're going to agree or we're going to agree to disagree and we're going to keep on moving because we're friends. That's what friends do.
Yes.
We don't fall. Y'all don't like what you said. What? If nobody can't tell me that, my
Wow.
friend should.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah, so
Exactly.
even in those relationships, you need something. If they falling out with you because y'all had an argument and now they don't want to talk to you, that's the wrong friend. That's the wrong friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I'm cutting
true.
you off
So
because you always with Tony. You don't never have to, you always got to be with your man. Well, cut me off then. So, would you tell him cut me off? Yeah, I went Tony. I went by cut me off.
look
Okay,
until
go
they
ahead.
get
Sis. I'm
somebody
sitting
that
here
they
talking to
feel.
we. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about this, bro, because the honest truth is some people, I mean, they've been through the mud
Oh
with
yes.
relationships and they do feel shame. They feel like they have nothing to give because just life
Yes.
choices, life decisions just have them where they feel like I'm a ruined person.
Ooh.
Like, I'm spoiled. Like, who would want me
Mm,
if they know all the things and the places I've been and the men or women I've slept with and
mm.
just those soul ties that I've connected myself with. Like, how can we help those people understand that even they are worthy of healthy love and they're worthy of really building up their self worth so they can be all God has called them to be?
Everybody has a story.
Mm,
And if you read, especially at our age, our books are filled with chapters.
mm-hmm.
Some chapters are a whole lot better than others. Some chapters
Mm,
we would never
so
want
true.
anybody else to experience or want anybody else to ever have to go through.
Yes.
But that's a part of who we are. That's the uniqueness and the greatness of who we are. We had some bad chapters, but we didn't let it destroy us. We had some
Wow.
broken relationships, some broken promises, but we kept moving forward. Life at times would deal you a bad hand,
Yeah.
but it's important. But I play Uno. There's plenty of times I played Uno and got in a bad hand, and still said Uno.
Right.
They still said Uno out. And so to people who that has happened to, there is somebody for everybody. We
Mm.
look at our situations and our stories, and there's people who they don't care that you were molested. You do.
Wow, bro. Talk about it.
They don't.
Wow.
They don't. They're willing to overlook that, but you keep bringing it up because
Mm,
that's your source of pain. That's your
mm,
pain. And the thing is, it's like, and what happens is sometimes what happens is we use our source of pain to push people away to keep from getting hurt. So, and I use that example, but I'm just trying to tell you, whatever happened to you in life, when somebody loves you, they don't care about that. You do.
mm.
They love you.
Wow.
They love all of you. Your
Mm,
inadequacies, your frailties, your flaws, your wounds, your scars, your bruises, your heartaches, your heart, because that's what makes you you. So stop expecting them to treat you like your past. Your past is your
wow.
history. They're a part of your destiny.
Mm, mm,
You
mm.
got it. You gotta stop comparing people to your past. Because if you would keep comparing people to your past, your relationship will never experience forward progress. If you keep
Wow.
harboring on your past, it won't last. If you stay in the past, it won't last. And what happens is we create horror stories, we create nightmares because we create an opportunity for our past to always come back to haunt us.
Wow.
So that's why it's important for you to know you deserve love. Because when you find love, you understand that you're worthy of it. So you won't do
Yeah.
anything to sabotage it. You won't say, I mean, you won't, because a lot. I want to say to somebody today, stop beating yourself up for mistakes that you made.
Right.
All of it. I know. Stop beating yourself up. Stop down.
Mhm.
Stop trying to be your authentic self. Somebody loves you authentically. But Broad, Dr. King, Pastor, you don't understand. I've been so hurt. And I got a bad mind. I just flip off. There's somebody out there you go to flip and see the reason you can't stay with them is because they won't get mad with you. They just smile.
Right.
Look, and you want them to go off too. They're not going off. They know you're having a
Yeah.
moment and they're willing to let you have that moment and love you through it. You
Mhm.
gotta know you deserve to be loved. Everybody, you grew up fighting and you mad because they won't fight you. They're not supposed to fight you. They're supposed to comfort and defend you.
Right.
They're not you're not the enemy. Stop treating them like they're
Mhm.
your enemy. They're not your enemy. Y'all on the same side. So it's so much that goes into this. But I want to tell you, when you run into it, when you find somebody, don't sabotage it. Don't self-sabotage. Don't be self-destructive. Don't be a time bomb waiting to happen.
Wow.
Don't be put it this way. Don't be a weapon of mass destruction. It's yeah. Don't be a weapon of mass destruction. I'm trying. I'm
Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And here's the thing, the Lord wants to do a new thing in you. Just because you were and are a certain way, if it's hindering you from, loving yourself, first of all, and then being able to be loved, God said, allow me to
um,
do a new thing in you. Allow him to do that.
mm,
Like, if you're saying to yourself,
but people just
man,
don't
I
know how
want
powerful that
that.
is. You
Yeah.
don't understand how powerful that is. I want to do a new thing.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting
Yeah.
those things which are behind me.
Mhm.
Forgetting those, and I'm pressing toward the mark of the high calling which is in Christ Jesus. He wants
Yes.
to do a new
Yeah.
thing. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things are passed away. So guess what? If it's old and it's passed away, stop giving it CPR. Stop trying to resuscitate it. Stop trying to bring it back to life. It's passed
Mhm.
away. Behold, all things have become new. Walk in the newness of who God's
Mhm.
created you to be.
Yes. Yes.
Stop being your biggest critic. You got enough critics out there. And what I mean, I'm talking about from a negative standpoint.
Mhm.
Stop being the one, stop going to speak life into yourself.
Mhm.
You got to do that. God, you got to. You got to. God
Look,
loves you. He loves us so much.
yeah. I don't know who needed this tonight. We have been having technical difficulties, but
Mhm.
hopefully even if we're a little fuzzy that
It's
you can
spectrum.
hear our words, because this tonight was for people. This
Yes.
is for people. Like, God wants you to walk in love, walk in self worth, walk in everything He's called you to be. He desires for us to be in healthy, loving relationships because He ordained that. That is what
Yes.
He ordained. Like, He said to man, I'm going to send you a helper. Like, He knows and values partnership. That is something that He valued even in the beginning before sin even came on the earth. So we know that that is such a powerful, important thing, like for people, man, woman, to connect together, healthy love, healthy
Healthy.
partnership, so they
Healthy.
live out and do everything God has called them to do. So I'm telling you, rewind,
Hold
re-listen so you can start off 2026 knowing your self-worth and really, really experiencing true, healthy love. Do you have anything to end with, Dr.
Hey,
King?
I'm gonna say for someone who's saying that they don't know true love, I need you to become hear what I'm saying. I need you to become selfish. I need you to become selfish
Mm,
about spending some quality time with yourself. Because if you don't know true
wow.
love, you don't even know how to love you. So when somebody comes to
Mm,
try, you got to be able, when somebody comes, you got to be able to teach them how to love you. But you got to first know how to love yourself. So I need you to be selfish in
wow.
the fact that you're going to spend some quality time away from your girlfriends, away from your guy friends, away from different scenes and everything, but some quality time with yourself, trying to figure out discovering who am I? What are my desires? What are my needs? What do I expect? What do I bring to a table? What do I add to a table? All of those things.
Oh,
All of those things. All those you need to know. You need to know. And and clear your eyes of limited expectations. And you may say, what limited expectations?
wow.
Stop seeing when God sends somebody your way, stop placing a limit on them because they don't look like what you want, but they're what you need. So you limit your
Mm,
expectations. You'll say, I got expectations, but when God sends them and they don't look the way you want them to, you limit your expectations. Stop living off limited
wow.
expectations. Let God have his way in your life. Nothing but love for your family.
So
Hey,
powerful.
this is a blessing. It
All right.
makes you re-examine and look at your life and dig through. It's just if I could say this, I would say this too. I remember growing up, I always said after being hurt that I would never let another person hurt me again. And not only did
Mm,
I sabotaged some lives, but I also sabotaged mine because I was unwilling
wow.
to allow somebody to ever hurt me again. It wasn't until I was willing
Mm,
to let down my guard. And that only happened because of my relationship with Christ. I was willing to
mm,
let down my guard and allow somebody to see the beauty in me, despite my past.
mm,
Allow them to see the beauty in me, despite what they heard. Allow them to see the beauty in me. And God allowed me to stop focusing on what happened to me so I could see the beauty in them. That's
wow.
when things start to happen. So, family, I hope we
Mm,
said something that tonight that was a benefit and a blessing.
yes. Well, family, until next week, you be blessed. Like I said, share this out, rewind, get yourself built up in the word because you are worthy
You're
of
worthy.
love. All right. Be
Be blessed, family.